laugh with them or laugh at them just as long as you're laughing. Please welcome Kyle Reeser.
All right, well, I tried donating blood last week, and they wouldn't take it. Apparently they've got some rule that says they can't accept jars of blood. I really don't see what the problem is. I mean, maybe they're afraid that it had been contaminated by the leftover peanut butter. And they also seemed a little insistent on knowing whose blood it had been, and I didn't really want to tell them. In fact, I couldn't remember. Well, it's not like I label my jars of blood. What do you think I am, some kind of weirdo? Anyway, they kicked me out, said I was disturbing the other customers at Goodwill. So I've been doing this comedy thing now for a couple months, and I've met some interesting people, other comics. But it's a little weird because some of them talk the same way that you think murderers talk. They'll say the same kinds of things like, "Oh, I'm going to slay that entire crowd. Oh, I killed. Oh, I need you to tell the police that you and I were in your basement playing pool from about 8:30 to midnight last night." I have a little trouble finding dates because they're really good at blending in with their surroundings. The truth is, I'm never really sure how to strike up a conversation with a pretty girl. I'm kind of a nerd, so sometimes what I'll do is I'll say, "Hey, have you read any good books lately?" But the problem with that approach is that I never seem to wind up with a phone number so much as a reading assignment. I do get a little nervous around women, and so last year I made this resolution that I was going to ask out someone every month. And if nothing else, it taught me a few things. Like, I'm better at reading signals now. I know that if I'm talking with a woman and she's not really making eye contact or smiling or adding anything to the conversation, then she's really not interested. But I've learned that a woman who does all those things is already seeing someone. Sometimes I go to Barnes & Noble to try to pick up women. That's always a little weird. "Hey, baby, can I buy you a book?" "Yo, book, Keith. Send that lady down there a copy of The Hobbit. Compliments in you." I've learned that a lot of women seem to be magicians. Before I ask someone out, I'll check to make sure that she's not wearing a wedding or engagement ring. But there have been a few occasions where as soon as I say, "Do you want to go out to dinner?" through some sleight of hand, she's got a ring right there. The only thing that could make it more awkward is if she then said, "Ta-da!" and then turned into a bunch of doves and flew away. I'm a little worried that maybe on some level I'm just kind of undateable. There was this one girl that I was talking to, and the conversation was going pretty well. So I said, "Hey, are you seeing anyone?" And she said, "No." "All right, well in that case, why don't we go out to dinner sometime?" And then she goes, Can I change my answer to your first question?" I don't know, maybe it's just as well that I don't go on that many dates. I'm not really sure how I would end a date that's going really well. The thing is, I don't know how to be seductive. That part of my brain is currently occupied with Star Wars trivia. I can still give it a shot, but it'd be something like, "Hey baby, why don't we go back to my apartment so I can show you my lightsaber?" That's not a euphemism. Thanks everyone, that's my time.